I'm Jackie Rabbit, and today we're going to answer some questions. I went through the comments, and I want to talk to you directly by answering some of your things and discussing some of what you've said. A lot of it revolves around surgery because I have a big update involving surgery. So go give me a thumbs up, then subscribe and click the bell so you know when I post a new video, because I've got something big coming. Many of you know, but you new girls, go find out. I'll tell you all about it towards the end of the video. And then we'll make another one just to talk to you directly through the comment section. So let's go talk to one another. Come on with me. Let's do this. So I thought I would answer some of your questions and talk about your comments, and I want to do something new. You know what I've realized is there's like no group anymore, right? Where do you go? Who do you talk to? I mean, you can Zoom with your friends and stuff, but I really liked going to group occasionally, even though I didn't go as often as I should. Now I kind of miss it. And I'm thinking, well, how do we replace this? I'll look into maybe setting something up where maybe I'll get a phone and I can take your calls, once a week. Or I can just read comments. So I got my laptop right here, and I'm going to read through some of these comments in the last few days and discuss it with you. So what I want you to do is to go down into the comments and ask me some questions about what's going on, what we talk about, or what you want to ask me. So in less than a week's time, we can do this again. I'm thinking maybe Saturday or Sunday. Or maybe I'll come home from work and do it in the evening. But I want to talk to you guys directly, and right now, that's kind of the way that we're communicating, through the comments. So go down there, put some comments in there, and give me something I can answer. Or tell me how you're feeling. I mean, I'd love to just correspond with all of you, but this is the best way I can come up with at the moment. So let's get into it. And since I'm old and blind, I have to whip out the little nerd glasses. My little librarian glasses. They work, and I think I need stronger prescription already. I'll be 50 at the end of this year, so, eyes go quickly. So, all right, so right at the top of the page, we've got Jody April May. She says, good to see you looking good and being positive. That's what this channel is about, support. I'm here to support you, and it's about positive support. So she said that she did the same as me on gender reassignment surgery and was fortunate enough not to have any previous surgeries. Well, I've had a lot of previous surgeries because I had a bad motorcycle accident. And she said it was remarkably straightforward for her, largely without pain. There was some discomfort, but not pain. Well, that's incredibly great information for me because I'm kind of wondering, and I've had a few friends I could talk to and ask, but the experiences kind of vary. So I wasn't sure what to expect. I do bounce from surgery really well, so I'm expecting to kind of breeze through it, but everybody's different. So the next girl, oh, and hey, Jody. The next girl is Scotia Mack. Hey, Scotia. 4 days ago, she said that she went with zero depth, and we were talking about vaginoplasty because I was like, what do I do here? I got options, So she went with zero depth. And she says she has absolutely no regrets. And I see a lot of practicality to this. Zero depth is a lot less maintenance and gets you where you primarily want to be. She said she was on her back for a few months and it took a while to recover at her age, but ice packs, reading, and family will be your very good friends. And she's excited for me to go through surgery in the next, 2.5 weeks or something. It's coming up fast. So great information, Scotia. I really had to weigh these decisions. I could go vulvoplasty zero depth or use my native materials and have 1 or 2, inches of depth. I guess that says something about me. I don't know if I should be ashamed or proud, but whatever it is, what it is, 3 years of estrogen does its thing. And I was never, wildly gifted to begin with. So, whatever. But I'm deciding to go with the full depth and just whatever my perineal depth will allow. And that does require a graft. And the surgeon is going with a graft at the bikini line. So I'll end up with another C-section scar, and that's fine with me, you know. I'm everybody's mom, so another C-section scar makes sense, right? I already got one from the pelvic reconstruction on the motorcycle accident, and now I'll have one at the bikini line where it belongs, just not quite C-shaped. It'll be a little straighter across, but hey, whatever, you know. I'm all good with that. So thanks, Scotia, for sharing. I really appreciate that. That's a great viewpoint, and I think other girls probably are going to have to make this decision at some point. I really was on the fence. And I went with my gut. I've always thought of this as fold up, so I just went for it, and that's where I'm going. The next girl is Salita Rocks. 3 months ago, oh, I'm sorry, she subscribed 3 months ago. 4 days ago, she said that she did her surgery 1 year ago, and that it took a year of effort to recover. And I will agree. When I've had big surgeries, I just don't feel perfectly right for almost a year. You know, I mean, it's true. I mean, you can recover and get going again in a month or two, but, you know, to really not have twinges and feeling odd and everything, I mean, a year is really, really normal. I've had so many big surgeries that, you know, I agree with that statement completely, Salita. So she told me to give myself time, and she gave me best wishes. And her doctor said maybe on the skin graft, and then, you know, examined her and said wasn't really necessary. Good for you, girl. And he'd asked about what her plans were for the future, and, you know, she just said, well, I'm lesbian, but I'm not ruling anything out. I am right there with you. I mean, seriously, I'm lesbian, but I'm not ruling anything out. If some really awesome guy sweeps me off my feet, well, if he has a Ferrari and a big wallet, that size matters. Size matters when you're talking wallets. Oh, I know, I'm shallow, but, you know, goodness, wouldn't it be nice, you know? I want a Ferrari, I want my own. I doubt that's really my reality. I like the look of a chubby female. I like curves and softness and kindness and cuddlies, and, you know, it's an easy direction for me. But I'm not ruling anything out, so I totally get what she's saying here. And she also mentioned that the hormone adjustment post-op is a bit tricky. And, you know, I know that I'm going to have to go through that as well. And since I've been on Spiro so long and it's been maintaining my blood pressure, I have to kind of like figure out my blood pressure too. So thanks for the comment. I really appreciate it. And great information. She did add at the end there that guys do chase you. And it's a whole other experience. Yeah, I've experienced the guys at the gas station and stuff, you know. It's a weird thing. I don't really want the attention, but at the same time, I kind of like the affirmation. It's odd. So, 4 days ago, NJ Lauren, I'm assuming that's New Jersey Lauren. So Lauren said that she's wishing me the best. And I've gotten so many, you know, well-wishing and, you know, wishing me the best, and you're in my purse. Thank you for all of that. You know, I read all of that stuff and it makes me feel so like people actually really care, you know. I'm thinking maybe while I'm in the hospital bed recovering for a week in the hospital that I'll do this on a daily basis, and we can like chit-chat back and forth that way. It'll help me do something every day. So Lauren says that she's not really on the same path and stuff, but, you know, some similar stuff. And she knows a couple dozen girls who've done bottom surgery, and for them it was almost anticlimactic in some ways. Like a huge buildup to it, this anticipation, and afterwards it's like, oh, okay, well, that's done, you know. And the recovery was really intense, and yeah, it's going to be intense. And others said it was life-changing, you know, and it was this great big deal, you know. And I think everyone handles it a different way. For me, I have a feeling it's, you know, I'm not really building it up to be this great big thing. I just want to get it done, you know. It's like another thing in the pathway. And I kind of agree with the statement that it's rather anticlimactic. I guess if you've built it up to be something it's not, and then you get there and it's like, oh, wah, wah, wah. But I'm a realist, so that's a great point, by the way. Great, fantastic point. I'm glad you brought that up so we could talk about it. And she also said that the new equipment is a very big experience, for the new first time, So I don't know. We'll have to find out. I don't know if I'll talk about it, but I'm curious. So we'll see. Oh, let's see here. Let's move down a little. She also said, oh, this is still her. So Lauren also said that she thinks I look like the actress Allison Hannigan. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and stuff. I don't see it. I think I look like everybody's mom. I think I just look like everybody's mom. I look like my mom quite a bit, so. Oh, let's see. So Keisha's next. And Keisha said that she's seen all of my videos now. Holy Moses, Keisha. I have like 100 videos. You went all the way back to watch those terrible ones where I'm driving everywhere? Those were awful. I didn't know what to do. I know I wanted to do something. And somewhere along the line, like a year ago, or maybe before Christmas or something last year, I realized I kept looking for YouTube channels of girls my age going through transition and figuring things out and sharing, and I really wasn't finding it. There are some fantastic young women who are gorgeous. I mean, like Kat Black, and I could go on and on and on. Steph Sanjati, wow. Gorgeous women, just gorgeous women. But I couldn't find anyone like gonna be 50 and I'm older and here I'm doing this, and I was looking for some affirmation. I was looking for some hope. I was looking for some direction, and I wasn't finding it. So I thought, oh my gosh, I guess I need to do this. And I didn't know what the outcome was going to be for me. I mean, I'm glad things are progressing and working well. And I do get a lot of messages saying, my gosh, Jackie, you're giving me hope. I was looking for it too. And the only reason I'm doing this now is because I want to put that out there. Like, check it out. I'm doing okay. I'm going through all the bumps, but I'm okay. I'm still moving on, And it's successful enough, even when hormones don't do a ton to your body like mine. They do just enough, and it works. And there's things you can do. And it gets better as you go along. So that's what I've been doing. Anyway, so she watched all the videos. Goodness, I need to send that girl a medal. Keisha, you deserve some kind of like an award. I might have to send you something. But she said that I told people way back when that I was amazed how fast time would go by and how slow things progress at the same time. It's so true. I mean, it is so true. And that sometimes the progress seems like it's going really fast. And I almost wanted to slow down. It's like, yeah, we're coming up within 2.5 weeks. And it's like, there's so much to do. It's so fast, But at the same time, the whole thing over the course of years, it seemed so slow in the beginning. And I was, when am I ever going to get there, And I'm always looking at the next thing. Like, okay, so I'm going to get through bottom surgery. And then there's other things I want to do. I want the lower half facelift. Oh, the lower half facelift would be so nice. I want that so much. It just really fixes the whole face. And then I don't know if I can do it, but I really want to. Be completely sculpted, where they use lipo augmentation to thin out your waist and take fat off your back in places you don't want it. And they put it in your hips and your booty and give you a bit more of the feminine curve. And, I totally want that. And I'd seen there was this doctor in Texas, Dr. Hourglass. And I mean, the results, I was looking for girls with like no booty. There are these white girls with no booty, and he makes them look just right. It's not like they're big Kardashian booties, but they look just right with the right amount of curve and proportion, and the waist is tighter. And it's the proportions of things, just a little tighter in the waist, just a bit wider in the hip, and then smooth out the curve on the tail, the results were dramatic, and I really do want to do that. But see, like, I'm looking way down the road, and I got surgery, this great big thing happening in 2.5 weeks. So my focus is always ways away, way down the road, So, oh my gosh, it takes so long. But, here I am charging through it all. So that's an amazingly good observation, Keisha. You nailed it. You nailed it, and appropriate timing to tell me that now, But she also said that she wishes me the best of luck and hopes all my dreams come true. Oh, I do too. I hope my dreams come true. That lottery just isn't paying out yet. And I will continue to post. She wants to make sure I'm still continuing to post and don't get bored. I will. I promise. I know that they're stretching out, but I'm gonna make sure I keep posting. Once or twice a week. Oh, let's see the next. A good friend of mine. Now I've known this girl for a long time. Judy H. So hi, how's it going? I am so glad to know you. You are such a good friend to me. From the very beginning, you took me by the hand and said, come down, it's going to be fine. And I've really leaned on Judy. She's an amazing woman, and all I can say is, Judy, thank you. Thank you so much. I remember standing in the parking lot, at the very beginning. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaked out. What if all these things happened, And she was a realist. She's like, well, Jackie, they could happen, But you need to just keep breathing. You need to just do things one day at a time. You need to know that it's going to be okay. And you need to know you're not alone. Thank you, Judy. Seriously. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I talked about going back to work in the last video, and that, the pandemic's not over and the numbers are spiking again, which is worrisome, California's spiking. I think people just kind of decided it was okay and they started going out, and then they spread it a little more. And now it's like, I think about this and I'm like, yeah, I guess I really should be more mindful and, washing my hands, not touching my face. I apparently have this hobby of touching my face all the time. It's like my favorite thing to do is touch my face. So it's like I eat, I go to work, I do homework, and I touch my face. Those are the only things I do. So, she warns me about going back to the office too soon. I know, I'm really bad at that. I shouldn't have started lifting things and going back to work with top surgery when I had my breast augmentation, and things kind of sneaked around a little, and they're okay though. I got one a little lower than the other. It's very normal, very cisgender female type of stuff going on, so I don't worry about it too much. Might get it revised, I don't know. And then she said, take time to heal fully. Don't shortchange yourself. And that's a great statement. I love to rush and touch microphones. I love to rush, and it gets me in trouble a lot. So, and lastly, we'll follow up with Bookworm. And she said something that just made me laugh out loud. She said a couple of things. One, how dare you start a story about wheelchairs and being broken in half and not finish it? And she says, you have to come out with a story. And I will. I'll do a me. I was in a motorcycle accident. I died 3 times. I was in a wheelchair for 3 years. I finally got out of that in July of 2007 because I was sick of it. I went to a friend's wedding and I learned to walk again and all that stuff. And, I'm sorry. I know. I'll tell that whole story at some point. I told her the whole thing. So I know I told you already. But I'm sorry. I put out these things that aren't shocking to me, but I know they're shocking to everyone else. To be broken in half, your pelvis comes off your spine and your pelvis is broken, and your wrists are exploded, and your elbows are exploded, and you touch the microphone. So, yeah, motorcycle accident. Yeah, I was riding my Ducati 900 SS and got slammed by a Buick. So, she says she's also fond of burning bridges, and you make a decision, go with your gut and go. Just no more what ifs, and I agree with that. I also have a really bad habit of lighting the fuses on rockets because I see them. I don't know why. I've like maybe watched too many Bugs Bunny cartoons. And so I tend to like climb on the rocket and find the fuse and light it. I don't know if I'm Wile E. Coyote or what, but it's a bad habit. Anyway, take care of yourself. And remember, I care about what's going on with you. Now, what I want you to do is go down there in the comments and go leave a bunch of comments. You watched all the way to the end, you know. Don't you want me to talk back to you now? So go down there, ask me questions, you know, and subscribe and click the bell so you know when I post the next video. Because if you go down and leave comments, you want to know when I post the next video so you can check out whether or not I answered you. And I swear I'll do my best. Take care. Remember, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. And I have bottom surgery in 2.5 weeks. And I'm just going to keep posting and posting and posting. You're going to find out what it's like for me. So I want you to know you're not alone. I care what's happening with you. And have a great rest of your day. See you next time. Bye. I always try to do something really funny when I wake up from surgery. I'm going to grab the nearest nurse and ask, hey, how did my appendectomy go?